This is Rockin with Seabass, and we have a very special guest over the phone today. She is the legendary Dale Bozzio, who is also the singer of The Missing Persons. And here she is, folks. Dale, how you doing?
Hi, this is Dale Bozzio. How you doing? How's it going?
I am doing fantastic, ma'am. How are you?
Good, thank you. I'm fine. Thanks for taking my call. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me today.
Oh,
Thank you.
yes, definitely. I'm a really big fan of yours. I've looked up a lot of your music videos, and I enjoy a lot of them, actually.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, so tell me, like, what are you doing right now?
Um, what am I doing right now? I'm having a cup of tea.
Right.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm talking to you right now, and
That's right. So I'm trying to work on a soundtrack for my movie. I'm going to make a movie,
oh,
and I'm playing a lot of concerts. I'm doing this version of the Lost 80s with all these 80s bands this summer. In the meantime, I live in LA, so I keep busy. I have a really fantastic live band that I work with quite a bit.
nice. Still walking in LA, I see.
Absolutely.
So I had to go there.
I'm going to drive in LA pretty soon.
Well, and I know you've been working on a book. You wrote a book called Title Life is So
Yes,
Strange, right?
absolutely. Yes, the book is out, and you can go to get it from me directly. I can autograph it to you, and I do everything the rock stars do. I sell the record, my records, my vinyl records that are hard to get, and 8x10s and stuff. But the book is Life is So Strange, and you can go to facebook.com/slash Dale Bozio and find me there. I have set up a network so that I can get these books out consciously soon.
Oh, thank you for letting me know that because I really did want to buy that book. Oh, well,
Well, it's all about trying to get the word out. That's all, right?
right, yeah. It's all what it's all about, and that's what I'm going to try to do is get the word out for you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's nice to get to talk anyway, even though there's something to talk about. So, it makes for a better day. We've all had some hard times now going through this COVID and
Mm-hmm.
changing times of how to make a living. It's really riled up a lot of families across the nation. So it's good to have something that kind of wraps it up for me because I've been a part of obviously the whole situation, and
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to have some kind of product of my own accord that I can say that I accomplished something, because you get to feel kind of lonely and disoriented when you don't have a kind of a goal in mind, or a project, or something to work on, even a hobby for that
Mm-hmm.
matter, right?
Oh yeah, definitely agree with you on that. I mean, my goal right now is to try to get a job for my career, and ever since the COVID has happened, that's made things very tough. So I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. What happened is it changed so many opportunities. Now you got to go in like another direction, and then you got the internet. So that kind of took up a lot of empty holes for people.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's kind of like the you can eight ball. Back in the old days when we had that eight ball, you could switch it open and go, "How's my day going to be today?" Oh, iffy.
Right.
you know that kind of thing. But now you have so much on the internet and availability to come and go and find knowledge. See what musicians are doing, what, it's really it's full. It's the entertainment is never ending. So, kind of putting a leash on that, or a harness on it's been difficult with everyone being sick and out of work and out of the positions that, we needed to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
I know myself, I all as well got the COVID. I got negative. I was even vaccinated, and I'm okay now, but, it takes a toll for sure.
Oh yeah.
And, a lot of people are iffy about the vaccinating thing, and righteously so. You should have your own, be able to make up your own mind of what to do. But whatever is really for the good of the world, we need to pay attention to that. We're not just talking about your neighbor, we're talking about the world. So I guess it makes it a very big project.
Right.
So I tried to do my part, but I can say, this has really been an amazing feat to render it and then be alone and look at all the people that have passed on and died. I mean, that's not a pretty picture, really. So, to complain about anything for us all now, it's essential to just be positive. And I mean, and especially about you looking for your job, now's the time to get the job that really suits you.
Right.
Don't just take anything. You go for the exception to the rule. You know what I mean? I think that's maybe given the power in the tank for that kind of attitude too.
Right. I definitely agree with you on that because I think the one thing you mentioned, at the end is attitude. You got to have a good attitude, good positive look on things. Just
Yeah,
try to get through
you know,
it.
you can be greedy and all about yourself, but you got to have that positive attitude.
Right.
Really, that doesn't matter. You talk about it all day long. If you don't do something about something, it's not going to happen. I know. I mean, I'm going to be 67 years old on March 2nd pretty soon. And I feel that up until now, I still don't know what to do. I still don't know. I mean, I guess this is just the test of the fair and the fittest in this lifetime. And you just got to do it, or you don't do it. It's that simple, really,
It's the
right?
it's the Nike
And
word. Just do it.
you know, yeah, I mean, it's either that or you don't.
Right. To kind of top it off with your book, Life is So Strange, can you give a little bit of what it's about? Or am I supposed to just go and read the book?
No, I mean, it's about my childhood. It's about me being, I mean, the things that I do. I grew up to be a Playboy bunny. I'm from Medford, Massachusetts.
Hmm.
And I really had the love of an incredible Roman father. My mother left when I was a little girl, so I was raised by a very strong, dominant, violent fella, and he didn't hurt me or anything. Nothing like that. I'm a complete respect of my father and him of me. So I didn't have any of the sex violence or any of that badness. I had really true spirited people around me. My brother loved me, and he was from a different generation. He was 9 years older than me, so I got to learn a lot of things that were kind of different. And
Hmm.
then, as I say, growing up in the 50s, there's a whole other story back that then and there with the priorities as it is now. So, you really do have a different set of ideals, right?
Oh.
You have a different take on things. I think that's what I mean.
Hmm.
And so I think as time went on, I see that where this all led with the when I was trying to figure out how I would write the book, what I should focus on, what I shouldn't focus on. So I just went on a trail ride. Went from I just thought I sat with my guy Keith Valcourt, and he said, "Well, why don't we just like start as far back as you can remember?" that's that's a lot to think about right there, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's how I started. I started with that and thinking, okay, and it went from that, and school, this and that, the bunny, going to California, running into Frank Zappa. Next time, with a band called Missing Persons,
Hmm.
and on the charts of the 80s, and then in the 90s making a record with Prince. And I mean, I take a deep breath and thought, "Woof! I get to get this. I get to get all this right down on paper here, put this book together." And so that's how it goes. It's all about these intriguing situations. And I fall out a window when I'm 21, 40 feet out of a window, and that's a very tragic situation for me. So that makes me feel as if I'm a miracle to be alive, and I take that truly to heart. So since 1976, I've been living with that attitude in mind. And that has driven me to do things maybe that I wouldn't have if I hadn't had such a tragedy uh, make me strive to be a better person.
Hmm. Now, throughout when you were talking, you mentioned you worked with Frank Zappa and you formed the band Missing Persons. I kind of want to talk about you and Frank for a moment. How did you end up with Frank Zappa?
Really strange. I mean, I was just a fan of his as a kid.
Hmm.
And I was 16 years old, and I was trying to get into his concert. I climbed up a fire escape, ended up getting through this bathroom window, meeting Frank, telling him I'm his biggest fan, him believing it and saying, okay, why don't you come with all of us out to dinner? Went out to dinner with them later. This was 72. It was a brief meeting.
Oh,
And
wow.
I said goodbye after that and told him that I was just too young to go to his party. Ended up going home. And then after I go to college and I become a Playboy bunny, about 5 years go by. And I end up back in California at Hefner's house because I was going there to try to be the centerfold.
Hmm.
And I had just become the Playboy Bunny of the Year for 1976. So the day I went to see Hugh Hefner, he wouldn't come down the stairs and he kept waving his pipe at me, and I wouldn't concede and run up the stairs and talk to him. And I told him I had a previous engagement, and if he wouldn't come down the stairs, I was leaving. He didn't come down the stairs. I said goodbye. I walked out and I ended up going down to Studio Instrumental Lots in Hollywood, not too far away. And I park my car and I take a little walk looking for a guitar player friend of mine.
Hmm.
I hear Frank Zappa's music playing, and I say, "Oh, that's Frank. I got to go to where the music is. I got to go see him." And I run over to the music, and there's a sign on the door, and it says, "If you value your life, do not open this door."
Oh, boy.
Of course, Frank would write something like that,
Yeah, I can see
right?
him doing that.
Yeah, yeah, you can see that. So I think to myself, oh, really? And I look, and there's no door, like regular door, like, regular sized door to open. There's not no door there. There's just this big giant like warehouse thing. It was giant, giant, giant. And I didn't know that that was a door. So I pushed it.
Uh-oh.
I pushed the door, and this huge semi door went up. And I'm like, oh shit, that's why.
Yeah. Oops.
And Frank was standing there and go, "Did you do that?" I go, "Yeah, I did. I did that, Frank." He goes, "What are you doing here from Boston?" I go, "You remember me, Frank? How could you remember me? It was so long ago." Because of course I can remember you. How can I forget you? Come on in. It's okay. It's all right. Don't worry. And I went, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Frank. I didn't know that there was such a big door there."
Oh, my
I was
gosh.
just a little kid. I'm 21 years old. I don't know why I thought I was such a big shot, right? So he says, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Oh, Frank, I was supposed to go be a centerfold at the Playboy Mansion, and I can't. I just can't do it. He wouldn't. Hefner wouldn't even talk to me, and I just didn't feel right about it. And now I have no money. I'm starving. My gas tank is on E. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have nowhere to live." And he said, "Oh no, that's okay. Don't worry. Listen, this is what we're gonna do. You're going to be married on this record I'm making, Joe's Garage. It
Hmm.
starts tomorrow, okay? We're going in the studio. You're going to come there. Terry Bozzio's going to bring you. You'll go get an apple over there, have something to eat, and put you on the payroll. $500 a week, including dental."
Ooh.
"Frank, I don't know how to sing. I came to Hollywood to be a movie star." And he started laughing. He was laughing hysterically, which of course, now thinking it was so fucking stupid. So
Oh, my gosh.
he's laughing so hard, right? I'm going, "Frank, you're laughing. I'm serious. I went to Emerson College, Frank. I studied." He's
I
more laughing
studied,
even
Frank.
harder now, right? He's really cracking up.
Oh, gosh.
So now I'm seeing you, Frank's laughing at me, and I'm thinking, "Oh no, he's laughing at me." He's going, "It's okay. Listen, it's okay. I will. I think you'll be a household word, and with that accent, you will be a household word when I'm done with you. Okay? And first you become a singer, and then you'll become a movie star. Is that okay?"
Why not?
And then I started laughing. "Really, Frank?" He's like, "Yeah, really? You're going to be married tomorrow morning. So take off now. Come back in a couple hours. Meet Terry. Exactly like this, right? Exactly. And I said, okay, Frank. Okay, Frank. And I turn around and I walk out. And I go, do I believe this? Not really.
Mm.
Not really. I'm talking to myself. And I'm thinking, all right, well, let me go find someone else I know around here because I don't know what to do still, right?
Right.
So I take a little walk and I see my friend, this guitar player, Chansky. So I start talking to him and telling him all this stuff. I said, you know what? Frank Zappa's got a drummer in there, Terry Bozzio. I really want to marry him. He goes, oh, Dale, you're dreaming. I go, no, no, no. Really, Frank told me I can go to work for him tomorrow. I'm going to be married on this record he's making. My friend looked at me and went, Dale, wake up. Go get a little weed over there. Make it easy. Everything's going to be all right, okay? We'll get your mother on the phone tonight, and we'll find a way to get you back to Boston. I go, no, no, no. No, you don't understand. I want to go to work for Frank Zappa tomorrow. My friend's a guitar player, like trying to strive and become like famous, right? And he's like, no, Dale, that ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. And little lied being here, no hell high, it did happen.
I was gonna say, yeah, it happened.
It did. I walked back out. I said, you know what? You don't even want to pay attention to me. I'm telling my friend Chansky. Fine. You don't want to talk to me about this? Fine. I'm going to go outside then. All right. I'll see you later. So I walk out and I'm really upset. And I look over to where Frank's, people are. And I see them coming out the front. And now comes Terry Bozzio. And the band's like opening up, right? The big giant door is open. And I walk back over there and I say, what's up? What's up? You remember me? He goes, how could I forget you? You were here 5 minutes ago. I go, right. He goes, yeah, Frank told me that I have to take care of you. And I have to bring you home, put gas in your car, and bring you to the studio tomorrow morning. I said, yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, you don't mind, right? He goes, no, I'm going to do it. I said, but we broke up. We're not working anymore. We can go now. So where's your car? And that's how it started. I followed him. We got gas in the car. He took me out to eat Mexican food. And I went over his house. And the next morning we went to the studio. And then Terry and I became an item immediately. Mm. That's how it happened.
Wow.
Just like that. It's kind of like Frank knew it. It was really strange. And yeah, I went to the studio, started making Joe's Garage, made Joe's Garage. And then after I made Joe's Garage, it wasn't just about a few months later. I was only in LA for 6 months. And I fell out a window. I fell out the window 40 feet and had this terrible, tragic accident that I write about in the book.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that, that's how that happened. And then when I woke up, I went to Europe with Frank and I didn't tour on stage with them, but I went on tour as a guest with them. And every restaurant we went, he'd say to the waiter, this is my friend Dale. She just fell 40 feet out of a window and all she eats is shrimp and cookies. Could you please get us some shrimp and cookies?
Thanks, Frank.
The cookies were easy. The shrimp wasn't so easy.
I can imagine that. Oh man,
but the book is all about all these things, and I conclude with a lot of really nice poems and poems to some friends of mine in there that I want them to read, which I don't know if they ever will. And then I have also a chapter on loved and lost people in my life, mostly all men. And I write about them. I write about different situations that I was in with them and how much I care and love for them and hope that they'll appreciate my shining light on them. Mm-hmm. And a chapter about Dale which says that Dale loves pasta and she's afraid of the dark and she's pathetic when she cries. Stuff like that.
Wow.
That's what the book's about. But also very many photographs, which are really beautiful.
Yes, it did mention that.
And eclectic, like a really cool collection. My friends, some of my friends, not all of them, because I wasn't able to get every friend's picture in there that I have,
Right.
and that. But and I wasn't able to really talk about every single experience I had. But I did the best I could to exaggerate on things that were important to me. Just my incredible friendship with Frank Zappa, and my opportunity, with Prince, being able to make the record with him, and the missing persons people, they're geniuses that I've lived with my whole life, and love
Mm-hmm.
Terry and Warren, always will. Patrick and Chuck, they're very dear to me. And that that I survived the 80s, sort of, just the crash and bang, and the downtime. Frank told me, he was the first one to tell me that. He said, listen to me right now. If you can't take this downtime, waiting for 3 hours on end, or waiting in an airport for 6 hours, or sitting in a hotel room for 2 days, you got to go home. I went, what? He said, yeah, that's called the downtime. And the downtime will make you spin. It'll make you get high, and it'll make you cry. And either you can deal with it or you can't. I said, no problem, Frank. I'll be waiting right here. I'll be waiting right here. No problem.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. And I learned, or did I learn, as the years went by, what that bad downtime is. Can be sometimes years on end downtime, when you ain't happening, and things aren't listening, and music isn't your key to life today. Okay, that's your downtime. That's a musician's downtime.
Mm-hmm.
That's a killer right there. That's the one. If you can survive, then you can do anything. And that's how I play it now. I'm not going to be 67 years old for nothing. I've been living long enough to know better what's wrong from right. And I try to do the right thing. That's it. By writing this book, I wanted to put it all straight and plain, simple, kind of funny too. Funny quotes, about particular people that I think that will crack them and make them laugh, and just having the feeling that I accomplished something,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that I was candid enough to tell you the truth.
Well, yeah, and I definitely look forward to reading more about your history because that's one thing I like to do is I read a lot of rock books and a lot of documentaries, so that's one thing I really look forward to. So yeah, thank you for sharing me with your entire story on that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And take your time, and we all have a story. Isn't that this such the way it is? If we sat down and wrote our stories to ourselves, we might have a better understanding of ourselves, because I do now. I kind of had to look at that, at myself, Dale, in a third party way, and say, are you willing enough to really put down in black and white on a slate and not erase it, and say what you really feel? I mean, do you really want to do that? Like, do you really, really want to do that? And I thought deep, deep and heavy, before I claimed anything, for that exact feeling right there. And only I know how I feel. And so, yeah, I could say something that might make somebody not feel right. I don't know. I haven't heard yet. It's all been seeming pretty positive, so such and forward. But I think the book is funny. I think it's kind of treacherous at times. It's a little racy, but it's definitely almost a fairy tale for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very proud of it. And all the people that I know, and the people that I talked about, know the accomplishments that I've had.
Mm-hmm.
And more than anything, there's a record in the back. And it's something that will be a collector's item. And you can always have it, because it's 4.5 pounds.
Oh wow.
It's 9 by 9 inches, so it's not a baby book. It's hardcover and really beautiful quality photographs, and I think you'll really appreciate it.
Oh man, can't wait to see that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I always found your music to be very positive. So, I
Well,
think you
thank you.
put a good
Well, thank
positive
you.
impact on a lot of us.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, because really, with life as we know it now, you gotta put put your best foot forward, right? And I don't know. I just think that's really important to do the things in life that you really want to do. I mean, if it's something you're doing that you really, really, really want to do, it's not really as if you went to work today, is it? Like you and me. This is just, we're just talking about ourselves,
Right.
you know? I mean, so really, I think if the whole world went like that, wow, what an easy day it would be. But it's just the ups and downs, and I think that with an open mind, we're going to get through the change in the music business, and we'll figure a way to get through all this. And that's why I'm so grateful that I do have the book, because now that people like you that want to talk to me give me the opportunity to say that I do pray and hope that things do get better for all of us, and take this as something to make it console ourselves and appreciate what we have. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can do, and that's all I can say. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not I'm not a nun. I've done some things that maybe are risque and absolutely offendable to other people, but didn't really do it on purpose. And I was only trying to prove to myself that I was that I was independent, and that I could break the mold, and that I could bear the challenge, because I was just a little wafy kind of chick, and I thought I had the world by the horns. So little did I know, as time went by, how tough life can be.
Yeah.
So it's always good to encourage and be encouraged, right? And that's what we're here to be doing, turning on the lights, and making it easier on the people we love.
Right. Yeah, definitely agree with you on that. I mean, life is, as you say, life is so strange, and you gotta look at it on a positive side and support others. Totally get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so it's really nice to talk to you. And well, all right, no way. Well, you take care of yourself, and I'm so happy to talk to you. You're such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person, and to ask all these questions and to be so concerned. I really appreciate your time and your effort.
Oh, definitely, ma'am. I really appreciate the music you've made and all the stuff you've done, and
So your name is Sebastian?
that is correct. Yes.
My son, his name is Sebastian, and
Oh,
my
look
son
at
and
that.
I have the same birthday on March 2nd. That's my favorite name in the whole world, Sebastian.
Oh, thank you. I'm born in April 15th, so so
Oh,
right there, right
wow.
there.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, well, I'm so happy to talk to you. And now listen, don't forget, everybody can go to facebook.com/Dale Bozzio. And I have the records, I have the 8x10s, the book. And so, whatever you're thinking about for the missing persons and to get the Life is So Strange book, come there and see me.
Yeah, definitely, and I hope that all my fans that they will listen to this as well, and hopefully buy your book as well.
Oh, well, they will, because they love you, Sebastian.
Oh, everybody loves me.
There you go. And I love you so much.
Oh, thank
All
you.
right. You take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?
You too, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. I love you. Okay. Bye.
Goodbye. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Dale Bozzio. And you've been listening to Rockin' with Seabass, and I'd like to thank all of you for the support, and I hope to talk to you all later. Take care and keep rocking. And like and subscribe. And like and subscribe. And like and subscribe. And like